Hey now, welcome to Gen Lab. I'm Darren.
I'm Jasmine.
This is Greg, the straight man.
And on Gen Lab, we typically talk about generational issues. But today we have a special guest, Dean, who's written a book. He's he's an expert in military and guns and relationships. And he's written a book about that kind of thing. And so I want to welcome Dean. Say hi, Dean.
Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Hey, Dean.
And I think what we're going to do is let Jasmine and Greg pepper you with questions. And I do want to say, if Dean,
hold it higher. Let me see.
If Dean,
okay, it's very official.
Yeah, Whooaaa Man. That's the book. And if Dean would have been the lead person in the CIA a couple of weeks ago, we would not have had that happen because this guy knows his shit. So
correct.
Y'all start hitting.
Okay, so Dean, what's that tag on the bottom? Sorry, what does it say? It says Whooaaa Man, blink, blink, blinkety blink.
Articles of Marriage, a handbook by men for men.
Love it. Okay, Greg, you had a question. Oh, you are a Gen Xer, correct?
Correct. Born in 74.
Or a very well-worn millennial. or doing really well for a boomer. You never know with these things. Okay. So you wrote a book. You were in the Army. Go ahead and tell us about you were in how long?
So I'm a 12 Bravo combat engineer, so basically I blew shit up. So I got in 1998. Went to the reserves, got married, and went to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, Lost in the Woods.
That's where I went to basic. Yeah.
Outstanding. Came back. Place. My ex-wife decided to spend all of my money on shoes and her ex-boyfriend.
Wow.
So I divorced her, went on my merry way. Then 9/11 happened. I came back into the, if you want to call it, active Army sense and joined active Army. Through that time, it took about 7 months to join active Army. I met my wife now, 21 years, and got together, and I basically told her, like, look, says, I'm letting you know what's going on with my life. I'm joining the military. I'm going to Germany. I'm going to probably deploy. So just kind of understand that. And she's like, I'm with you. So
nice.
The day before her birthday, I deployed to Germany to get ready to go to the invasion. Came back probably 6 months later. My daughter was born at 25 weeks old. She was a little preemie. And I was home for about 2 weeks, saw her born, then I deployed. And I came back 15 months later, and she was 16 months old.
Wow.
So
that's amazing.
I did four deployments, 3 Iraq, 1 Afghanistan, and of course, if you want to add Korea, that's 5.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So you deployed all those times, and you had to miss each time a little bit of like your children's lives and your like time with your wife and everything. And I know that like my husband was in the military for 8 years and he deployed twice as well. Once was to Afghanistan. It was like an actual combat deployment. He was on an SFAT team and he was out. And he actually got like a combat medic badge for it, which is very cool.
Outstanding. Awesome.
But his next deployment was to Qatar. And let's be honest, the hardest thing for him was that he was away for 9 months at that point. But we had a baby, our first deployment too, when he went to Afghanistan. It was our first child. And he was able to come back the week before she was born, be there for the birth, and then he left a week after, which was like, how do you even time that?
I was going to say he missed more than a little bit. He saw the baby 2 weeks, and then it's a 16-month-old kid.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's a very
I didn't
critical.
get an R&R, so I didn't get an R&R.
Oh wow!
And since me joining active Army in 2003 to 2013, I was deployed 54 months.
Wow, that's a lot.
So I missed all that family time. I was on pause. Yeah. And my home relationship sucked because my wife moved on with my daughter. I didn't, because I was still back in 2003 trying to figure out what just blew me up and me trying to move forward. And it was quite difficult. And the counselor was like, well, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
And that just didn't cut the mustard.
Right.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a big tragedy, honestly, for like people in the military have to go be away in those formative times too. And I know that, I feel like the first 6 months is like not really that big of a deal because they're like a baby. They need mom anyways for the most part. But just like you were talking about knowing that you have somebody back home who's like taking care of things, you know what I mean? That you can trust.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's kind of probably what your book talks about, right? Like is more of like just when you have a good relationship versus a bad relationship in the military. Is that?
It does both.
Okay.
Because I wanted to throw out both because I wanted this to be an awareness book. I wanted this to be in the shop for private to pick up. It's 66 pages, so you can sit on the toilet. I call it the toilet book. You can sit on the toilet and read it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's an easy read.
Yeah.
I didn't make it collegiate or anything. I made it to where an 8th grade reader could read it, to where a private can read it and understand it and say, oh crap, I'm in this situation right now. Maybe I should not do this right now.
Yeah. Get married or whatever.
Sounds like my kind of book if a 8th grader on the toilet can read it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Starring no pictures. Darren's starring no
I
pictures.
like comics. I like pictures.
No. Is there a blank page in the back where I could draw on?
Yeah.
Color, and it comes with crayons. So, well, that's really cool. Yeah. Okay. So you were in the Army, you served, and you went overseas a lot. You said you lived in Germany for a little while. Is that you lived there?
5 years.
Oh, wow. So were you like launch tool or?
I was in Baumholder. So I was about, Kaiserslautern, I was about 25 miles south of Kaiserslautern.
Okay. So we lived in Kaiserslautern for 3 years. And then, we
A4 south, and you're right there. The Friesen exit.
Yeah, we were, our little village was called Reichenbach-Stiegen, so it was like somewhere way out in there. But, that was an awesome. And then you said you went to Korea, which I've heard a lot about. What was your favorite thing about living in Korea?
Soju.
Soju. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You just be drinking that and it's so smooth. It's like, it's kind of like a Korean sake, right?
Yeah. So we'd go into pool halls and play pool, and we would get a big old, basically a jug full of like high C, if you want to call it. And they just pour the soju in there. And we just start drinking away. It seemed like they were playing pretty good pool. Next thing you know, we're trash throwing up.
I mean, it kicks you so hard in the ass because you're drinking it and it's like, oh, this is great. Oh, it's so good. And then all of a sudden you're drunk. It just happens like that.
I thought you thought I was Jewish and you were saying that I was so Jew.
That was my favorite part about Korea. All the Jews.
Oh.
Hey, so how did you guys meet, you and Darren?
Well, it's a work thing, and I like to keep that out of this. So we have the same newspaper route, kind of basically.
Okay.
Yeah, the newspaper route that I have.
We're heavily into music. We like to talk about music, so we love talking about music. So he is more of an expert in maybe beyond 80s rock, but he's very knowledgeable about 80s rock. I think he and I are basically like, if you were putting a team together for music trivia, you could pick him for the 80s and me, and you're going to get the same good answers. Now he probably exceeds my answers on the military in Germany and all that. But also bourbon. I'm going to ask you what you're drinking tonight. I see you're drinking. This is a 9-year-old rum.
Oh, wow. So in terms of alcohol, is 9 years, like, is that like a big deal?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, is it? Okay. I don't know anything. You know, when they're like,
like
in barrels for 60 years or whatever.
You have to flour it. That means you got to ice it, then you got to pour it in there. You got to let it sit. You got to swirl it. It's called flowering.
Now, do you have to sip it and do the thing?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. So I know that it's like an acquired taste. You have to get past what is it called? It's like, there's some sort of term for it. It's like a burn sensation that you have to get past.
That's what I like about it. I don't want anything too smooth. I like to know what I'm drinking. Yeah.
Now, you know when you drink it and it like your whole body gets warm?
Yeah.
And you're like,
that's what I like. But a lot of people like them smoother than that.
Greg, that's what alcohol's like. It's not the same as sweet tea.
Rum is soju. I'm not a big rum guy, so I don't really know about rum.
Soju makes you sweat. Okay, like you are done. Soju is crazy. Yeah, and you know what? We went to a Korean restaurant not too long ago, and it was like they had, I feel like it might have been a bottle. But anyways, it looked like a soda because it was like a flavored soju.
Yep.
and somebody was like, "Oh, I think I'll grab a soda for the way home." We're like, "No, that's not. You're gonna get in trouble drinking that on the way home."
So
So,
what does
anyways,
it taste like? That's a Korean thing? A Korean drink?
yeah, I just remember it not really having like sake has a
vodka?
pretty distinct
Right.
flavor. I remember
Like a
soju
cheap
being-
vodka.
Yeah,
That's what it tastes. It's like a cheap vodka.
yeah, but
does
it's
it give you a
just
headache?
easy. No,
Like, do you
not
have a bad
me.
hangover from it?
Yeah, death.
If you drink
Little
enough.
above death.
Little above death.
Oh,
Is
death?
it like a
Little above.
I thought you
Jägermeister
said
it made you
hangover, according to Darren?
So I like Jägermeister. I've been drinking Jägermeister since I've been in Germany, so I love Jägermeister.
Oh,
Wow.
And
We
I
talked
am
about
one of the
Jägermeister.
fortunate few of my friends that have not gotten sick to the point where I can't handle it.
okay. I
So-
don't think I've ever had it, but I know that it smells licorice. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So we went to a party one time with some people that when we were in Germany, and they were both very like connoisseurs of all sorts of different type of liquors and stuff. And schnapps, huge thing in Germany, like all the
Oh, yes,
schnapps.
of
And we had a
course.
distillery like right next to our house.
Mm-hmm.
But he had this like Soviet era bottle of vodka that he like opened up, and then it was only like 4 guys, and they were all just drinking all of this alcohol. And then at the end, he was like, "Let's have some absinthe," and he like pulls out this green bottle, and I was like, I took Matt's and I threw it down the drain. I was like, "We gotta go! Like
there's
you're
a movie with that in it.
Yeah, I tell you. You're supposed to see the green
European
fairy when
European European trip, European vacation, European something.
Oh, okay.
Well,
It was
I
awesome.
have a question for Dean
It's awesome.
on the
What-
Jägermeister.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
Craig. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. I'll come back.
I was just curious how you drink it. Like, I drank it as a shot.
I
Is
drank
that
it
how
as a
you
bomb.
I drink it as a bomb. So I have a friend of mine that comes over regularly, and he brings a couple monsters and a fifth, and we turn up. Usually, it's going to be brain fart. Who's the band we're talking about today, Darren?
Today? I don't remember.
Rocking with Dawkin. We're rocking with Dawkin.
Oh, Dawkins.
So,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We would crank up Dawkin, and we would have bombs. Now, I can do shots, but it has to be cold. I like it freezing cold. Now, in Germany, as you probably know, Jasmine, the Jägermeister tastes totally different.
I don't know that at all.
It's a lot smoother. It is a lot smoother.
Mm.
And I think it's much better.
Okay.
But here, stateside, it's a little
Yeah,
little
everything here
rougher.
is worse. I mean, it
It
really is because
is.
I was just. Please continue, but I have
Probably
something to-
Americanized.
I agree.
So,
Don't worry.
okay, an Irish car bomb, is that a Guinness
Yep, Guinness and Jaeger.
with
Don't-
okay, that
Oh.
so okay, what about Bass? So there's something called a black and tan that's half Guinness and half Bass Ale. Am I wrong about that?
I think you're right on that one.
I
So-
know that the place down the street has a peanut butter and jelly shot, and it has like a peanut butter whiskey or something.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's called Screwball. It's got a
Sounds
sheep
so
on it.
good.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's a great. Oh,
I
wow.
almost got it. There was a whole table full of sheriffs next to me. I was like, "This feels wrong."
Yeah.
I don't
Where
think
was
I can.
this?
We just went to a place. It's called Kickback Jacks or something like that.
Like where you are now?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I like it.
And the sheriffs were doing peanut butter shots?
No. They
No,
were just sitting
they
there,
were
like,
there.
oh, look. I swear, like, every time I
That's
would,
funny.
when your periphery, you can tell when someone's looking at you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like they were, like, watching. And I was like, I can't get.
You must feel like that
Peanut butter
constantly.
They were going to see if you were getting the minivan and drive away.
Yeah, if I was
They were
going to,
gonna
like,
stop
get in the
you.
driver's seat. And Matt was drinking a beer. I didn't want to be the only one. So I
Yeah.
got a soda.
Yeah.
A sody.
So
But it,
Dean,
Craig
if you had to pick a song that was on your playlist today or yesterday, whatever,
Mhm.
what song you listening to on repeat? On repeat,
Into the
maybe.
Fire.
Into the Fire by
Dawkins, baby.
Dawkin.
Dawkins. Okay.
George Lynch. Don
I don't think I've ever heard of
Dawkins.
Dawkins.
What?
Now,
I don't think so.
in the
Oh,
garage
yeah.
when I'm working, I do woodworking, I do some gunsmithing. So in the garage, I'll crank up. I put on like 1972 on my iHeart, not iHeart, but Sirius XM.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put on like 1970. I like the 70s funk,
Yep.
so I'll crank that stuff up and just kind of chill with that. And
I like
work in
the
garage.
60s that went into the 70s. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Like, it's because I feel like
Okay.
the 70s, end of the 70s,
Okay.
it started getting a little 80s, and I'm not
Okay.
into the 80s. I'm not.
Earth, Wind, and Fire, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but I like where the beat, like the end of the Beatles, like
Okay.
And then like the Kinks era, like all of that, like kind of like mid to late 60s that went into the 70s. And then obviously like Fleetwood Mac is great. And all like I'm into all the mainstream things from that.
So you're about like a Revolver type.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Like Revolver. Well, the White Album, Revolver, Rubber. It's growing on me. And then
they got one or two good songs.
it's got like Michelle Martha. That's like one of my favorites of all time.
Michelle, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Can you sing a little bit more of that for us? I didn't catch it.
Greg.
Well, I want to say to Dean, I went to a concert this last Sunday. I think he knows which one. I don't want to brag, but there was an opening band, an artist, Michelle Fox. Michelle, I don't know if you've heard of her, but she. I'm sorry, Samantha Fish.
You just got fact checked in real time. Thanks, Amy.
Wow.
Amy's like,
I think Michelle Fox is some blonde hippie girl from the.
I love the real life fact checking. That is fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I was about to lead him down there. He's going to look at
this. Samantha, what?
What is it? Samantha
Amy, you
Fish.
tell it.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I need to just be taken to the back. Samantha Fish, she's out of Kansas City. She's a blues, hardcore guitar rocker. Man, I'm telling you, check her out. I want to go see her again.
You posted a video, I think, she was the one in the white dress. Is that right? No, is that from a different weekend?
That's a different concert.
I was like, she looks so cute and like dainty, and then you're telling me she's like a hard rocker.
No, this girl was not.
I like the dichotomy of that.
Leather and boobs and ass and hardcore.
Say no more.
Leather
and boobs and ass.
I didn't want to mess up the Stones post with her. I want her to have her own post, so I haven't posted hashtag Samantha Fox yet.
So the Stones, they were still like able to rock? They're not too old for that?
I don't want to say it's the best concert I've ever been to because I'm still high from it. And I get how you are when you leave a concert and you're just like, that's
you're
the best
not
thing I've ever
objective.
Seen. So I'm still digesting it, but just the magnitude of it is pretty high up.
It was pretty awesome.
It was great. It was great. And honestly, you're watching Mick Jagger and you're watching Ron Wood and you're watching Keith Richards, and they're such caricatures. I've seen these people my whole life, and Mick Jagger's out there, and he's been done so much. He's like a caricature of himself.
Yeah.
So it's kind of surreal. So it was sort of surreal. It had a different level to it.
Hey, are you guys okay if we kind of take a break and we have a game that's sponsored by our sponsor tonight? You guys okay with that?
I'm great with it. I'd love to know what's on the check that I'm receiving.
Yeah, where's my checks?
Yeah,
you owe me.
Yeah. So this is going to be a version of a strip club or church review.
Oh, I was going to tell a story about.
Oh, you have a story
relative to that.
Okay.
Well, last time I wasn't going to tell it because it's not my story to tell. The story of a very good friend of mine. And her name was Gabrielle, and she was a stripper. And she was 18, and she was in high school. And she knew the sleeves turned on the poles. And that was really all I was going to go into. But she's told me many great stories about it. So if you have stripper questions, I would gladly ask her. She did it for 2 weeks, and then she realized it was really sad.
Okay, well, 2 weeks, it's a good go.
2 weeks, it's a good experience. She made a lot of money.
Before you get into the heavy drugs and all that kind of stuff, that's probably
good I think that was the whole thing.
My wife was a stripper.
Oh, wow.
See, I'm all about
Your wife was with a stripper or was
No, she was a stripper at the Gentlemen's Club at Tony C's back in the day.
Yes.
Your current wife or your first wife?
My second wife. This is my second
wife. A good one.
And where did she dance?
Gentlemen's Club in Fayetteville.
The Purple Hippo or whatever it's called?
Yep.
Wow, we did it.
Way back about 30 years ago.
We did a thing on it
Wow.
last week. We did a strip club or
But
church
it
review
was just a
last week. You
wee
have to watch that
little
episode.
babe. Yeah,
Oh my
that's so
God.
Totally.
awesome.
You blew my
Darren's
mind.
mind is blown. Now, I'm going to say, Dean, next time, Darren, if he ever meets your wife, he's probably going to lead with that. He's be like, so you're the stripper. So you may want
I have
to
met his
Oh my
wife,
gosh.
warn
so
her.
I've already
Oh.
gone beyond that point.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
Good,
Good,
It's
good.
all good. He's
Okay,
he's
so
one
you
of the
guys,
people that'll meet me
so
out in Fayetteville.
so I've got my book here, and I'm gonna write you guys initials here. So we've got Dean, Jasmine, and Darren. I'll have to put Darren as DM.
I-
Yes.
BM.
And I just want to say thank you
Yeah,
for that,
BM.
Dean. And I do want to say that Greg and I both went out with strippers at some point.
So we all know a
if I'm not
stripper.
mistaken,
Everyone who's
I'm in love with a
listening
stripper.
is probably like what is it, like 7 whatever to Kevin Bacon? What is that term?
The 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. So
yeah.
everybody is
To the
at least
peppermint
2,
hippo.
probably 2 degrees to a
Yeah.
stripper, or maybe even 1. I
no,
mean,
Yeah.
it's 6 degrees to the peppermint hippo.
to the peppermint hippo
Yeah, no
specifically.
doubt,
So
no doubt.
popular.
So today's church is Lakewood Church. Does anybody know where Lakewood is?
Is that another deranged church
Worth,
that had a
maybe.
big falling out, or?
No, it's Joel Olstein, the guy down in Houston.
Oh, so
Oh,
Lakewood
yeah.
Church.
eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and the strip club is called Gold Digger in Houston.
Okay.
I think I've been there.
Fantastic.
It might be one of your reviews on here.
It could be your review. Here we go.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Here we go.
me
So-
and my
He's
colleagues.
ahead of the game. That's not fair.
So you guys have to choose whether it's a strip club or a church. Ready?
Okay,
Lord have mercy, Bree is amazing.
that's a strip club.
That's a
You
strip
say
club.
no more.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Lord
What was
have
it called
mercy.
again?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got strip club. Okay,
What
you
was the
guys are
strip
right.
club called, though?
It's called
Gold
Gold Digger.
digger.
Gold Diggers.
What
I
I'm
want to
gonna
give them the
be
proper
in
respect.
Yeah.
That was
My
Yeah,
future
proper.
someday.
Okay. Not everybody was allowed to go in. I went there and was immediately denied access. I don't fit the target market they usually go for. I'm a 38-year-old black man that works a regular blue-collar job, not a thug.
I think that's Gold Diggers.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't,
Gold
I
digger.
can't imagine a church turning somebody
Church-
away for
church let
anything.
people in.
Olstein?
They're
Yeah,
with
I can
guns.
see that.
Osteen, he's like, you got to sit in the back. Have you guys ever done that when you've gone to a nice restaurant and they put you in the back? That's happened to me. That's
Happens
so
to me
rude.
every day.
Yeah, I got
It was
put
so
by
rude.
the kitchen once, and
Yeah,
I thought
they
it
put me
was
in the back.
thought it was kind of a negative, but man, I enjoyed it, and I asked to be set there next time. So,
Really?
I go
Yeah.
into
Just
Chili's
like
and get
that?
set by the bathrooms.
Oh, if
So-
I get set by the bathroom, I leave. I
No,
get up and
we-
leave.
Oh
I'm
no!
not sitting
Well,
by the bathroom.
we started asking, like, we go, hey, we're willing to wait for a better table if all
Yeah.
you have is like bathroom or kitchen. So I'll do it. There's nothing worse than someone opens the bathroom door and you get a whiff and you're like, I can't even. I have no appetite.
I heard
Darren,
the bathrooms
right?
smell like meat sticks, though. Slim Jims.
No, that was one specific lady. Okay.
Hey,
I
By the
died
way,
thinking about
that's
that.
Darren's biggest nightmare too. Is
Shitting his
having
own
that.
Shitting in my
pants.
You'll have to go back, Dean, and watch the
He's
one
so
about
terrified of
our
shitting his pants. He talks about it all the time.
nightmares.
Okay.
Well, at least
I
I got
don't
over
think
my flea.
I don't think it's the
Soju, that'll help.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the I don't think
next
it's the
day.
shit.
Yeah.
It's not the sitting of the pants. It's the showing through that bothers him.
Oh,
I
he's
think.
okay. He shits them, but the showing through. You know, at the Salvation Army today, I did find a big pack of unopened Depends, and I thought
could
that
you
I
was
send
thought you were going to say a pair of pants that have a
shitty
stain on
pants.
them.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
I
just
thought
like,
she was too. A big
they'll
old
just sell
streak.
anything there.
Could you send me those Depends just in case?
I think you
Okay,
can
here-
afford some Depends.
I will tell you
Ne-
this. I have had discussions with people to wear an adult diaper at concerts where you don't want to go to, like Jazz Fest and somebody's big playing. There's a group that I would always go to Jazz Fest with, and serious discussions went on about should we wear a diaper or not.
I saw
That's a
kissing
concert
that
I'm
happen.
not
Yeah.
going to.
I saw
Right,
kissing
well-
that happen to me. I had to go take a
Mm.
piss, and I came back and I lost my place.
Oh,
I'm telling
dude.
you, it's a thing, and then the porta potties are terrible, and the lines. Yeah, so I'm telling you, it's not
But
a
like,
poopy
okay, that's
thing.
fine. But can
It's
you
a
imagine
people.
what? Just imagine. It's like 80 to 100 degrees out. It's probably a Jazz Fest. It sounds like it's humid. Like you have a
It is.
shit in your diaper
No, I'm not
and you're walking
shitting in
around.
it.
Okay, pee? That's
Pee.
worse.
It's for pee.
That's so much worse. You're just like mushing it in your butt cheek. No.
I'm not saying
I'd
it
rather go
happened,
home.
but
I don't need to see
look,
anybody.
and look, this was a conversation of about 6
Going
people. It
home.
wasn't just
And
me.
nobody said like you're all crazy.
I'm
Wait.
not.
Okay.
Cynthia's the one that brought it up. A woman's the one
Wait.
that brought it up.
So when you got that big poop in your diaper and people around you, are they smelling it and they're kind of moving away from you and you get
Yeah.
kind of a double
I wonder
benefit?
they must
That's
have some
good,
sort of
though.
like Febreze
Yeah, I know. You get a double benefit.
action.
People are kind of separating from
Gives
you.
you
I don't like the
area.
flies. You know, now that we're talking about this, why do flies like that? I mean, flies hang out on poop. Why?
Yeah.
Why
Okay,
is that?
I don't know. It's part of nature. There's so many things that eat like dead
shitty
raw
situation.
things. So it's a shitty situation.
It
is.
But
I came
okay,
across
here's
this.
my thing: is that any outfit that I'm wearing, you would 100% see a diaper line. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even wear underwear that is going to leave an underwear line. But like, if you saw a big diaper line on somebody, like, I don't care how hot that girl might be or how into you she is, if you find out that she's wearing a diaper, you're not,
No.
right?
Now, let me tell you.
It's not about
Let me
that.
tell you. If Darren
We
saw a
know
diaper
Darren.
What's wrong with
line,
that?
if Darren saw a diaper line on you at a concert, he would be in love because he
I'm
would be
just
like,
That's a
"Oh,
smart
that
girl.
girl's
dedication
gonna poop in her pants before she goes to the
before she'll
bathroom."
miss.
That,
No, it's not
yeah.
about that.
Mhm.
It's about like we went to Aerosmith at Jazz Fest, and it was a madhouse. So if you ooch your way up close to the stage, and then you got to pee because you're drinking,
Mhm.
it's about being able to hold your goods. I don't know. It's not about your
Yeah.
diaper line.
I
I
think you should
got
go
it.
for it.
I
Just
got
go
it.
for it.
But
Let it all hang out.
sure, but
Yeah.
you see
Wasn't my
someone
idea, by
like
the way.
with the cute in front of you and they bend over like over the stage to like grab or whatever and you see like a diaper at the
That's
top.
Steven Tyler's problem because
Like
he
instead of a
thinks he's got a
G-string, it's a
groupie.
diaper.
She's not looking at me. We're
Okay.
looking at
Well,
Steve.
What if
Yeah.
you meet like the love of your life, but you're wearing
he's already
Depends?
met her.
I know. I'm just saying
Hold on.
hypothetical, Greg.
What if we were both wearing diapers?
It depends.
That's what I'm saying. It depends.
It
It
depends.
depends.
That's
Sponsored
right.
by.
Ba-doom-tsh. I would do a drop, but it messes up our audio, so I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Next one.
Did we get
Okay.
it? I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah, you guys are 2-2-2. I'm nothing. Okay, came here from Florida. My girlfriend cheated on me, so I went here to cool off. A woman came up here and started twerking session. I felt relieved. It's free because
Hold
What?
on. I can't
Greg,
hear you.
there's no way that's a church.
Yeah,
you've been to Lakewood because
slipping.
I went to Lakewood once. I went twice. I went 3 times actually.
I need
Okay,
to hear
anyway.
that one again.
Like I
Yeah.
just okay, here we go. Came here from Florida. My girlfriend cheated on me, so I went to here to cool off. A woman came up and started a twerking session. I felt relieved, stress-free, like I just went to Agartha. Agartha. Then I
Garth.
headed out on my journey to find a girlfriend that I can have a long, loyal lifestyle with. Wish me luck on my journey.
Okay, I have a question.
That is like two spliced together. There's no way that's
way
one.
bigger.
I think
That's way bigger.
he went to the strip joint, the Gold Diggers, and then he kind of had an epiphany, and then he went to church.
Okay, no,
Yeah,
but
it's a
it-
double whammy. He went
No.
and he
It's
left the
a
same review at
double
both.
it's one or the other. It's one or the other. What do you got?
Okay.
No one's twerking at.
I do
Life
wonder
minute.
how many guys go to a strip club though and go, I want to start a loyal relationship with this woman.
Yeah.
I know plenty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Honestly.
I think he's delusional,
Well,
but I
maybe
do think
it-
it's the strip club.
No,
didn't
let me tell you.
we
know
don't know that
guys
he met her at a
fall
strip
in
club.
love at strip clubs.
Okay, so Darren, what do you got? You strip clubbing it?
It's got to be a strip club.
Darren strip club, Jasmine, you strip club,
Yeah.
and Dean, your strip club.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, you guys are all right.
Yay.
All right, next one. It was friendly, inviting, and welcoming. I was greeted and welcomed no less than 12 times.
Well,
Lakewood.
I guess that could be either.
Lakewood.
But yeah, no, it's usually a church that you would say, I was feeling so welcome. Like I can't imagine at a strip club.
And
you're like,
greeted.
Gosh, I
Okay,
just
you
felt
guys
so
all got it.
welcome.
Lakewood, okay.
Funny.
All right. It's the best place to find love. I know I did. We've been married 7 years.
Lakewood.
I know it could be either.
It could be either.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
I
gonna
want to
say
say
strip
Lakewood.
club.
Yes.
I'm gonna go strip club. I'm going
Okay.
Hyatt, or what is it?
What you got, Dean?
He's going
I'll
Lakewood.
go Lakewood.
Lakewood, Darren,
Lakewood.
Gold digger.
Jasmine.
Gold digger.
Okay, Jasmine got it. Jasmine's up.
Yeah, finding
Jasmine's
love
up by
at the strip
1. She's
Yeah,
up by
right.
1.
Okay.
That's what I'll be down.
7 years in.
Fell in love with the stripper.
Yeah.
That was
that'd be
Dean's
Dean.
review.
He's 21 years in.
Yeah.
He's
That was
found
Dean's
love.
review.
No. Hey, okay, here we go.
You left it a while ago.
Jesus needs to do Undercover Boss episode in this place.
That's definitely the Joel Osteen's church. That's funny.
That's
Lakewood. I
awesome.
bet that's Lakewood.
Oh,
and
for
that's
sure.
Lakewood. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Undercover
Jasmine?
boss. Yes, Lakewood.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
mad.
I
at
don't think we're
Jasmine
under any
going
impression
ahead.
that Jesus is the boss of the strip club there.
Well, he's
All
boss
right.
every-
Well, he's
Next
boss.
one. I got attacked by an aggressive deer in the parking lot. Sorry. I
An
got
aggressive
attacked by an
deer.
aggressive deer in the parking lot. Thankfully, I got out with my life and only a minor injuries. Bad area. None of the other people or employees seemed to bat an eye.
Is it DEER or DEAR? Like, was it maybe
DE.
the way he was referencing a stripper?
I'm gonna say Gold Digger.
Yeah, that's for sure the strip club. I'm gonna go strip
Yeah, a
club.
bad area. I think
It
Lakewood.
is a bad area.
I think Lakewood is in downtown in the old basketball arena. So I don't know if that's
In the
bad or
old
not.
basketball arena?
It
Oh,
is.
no, it's
Yeah,
not.
it's
Oh
in
my
the old
gosh,
basketball
that's
arena. Yeah.
disgusting.
Oh, it's huge.
Ew.
It's
I would
I would
I went
rather go
to-
to the strip club on a Sunday morning. How
I
gross.
went to it 3 times. It's a show. It's
It's
like
a
a
show.
professional show.
Yeah, it's a show, Greg. That's a
Yeah.
perfect way to describe it. It's
I
a
don't see
show.
a deer being in downtown.
No, this is
Houston.
100%
It's gold diggers.
strip
Okay, that's
club.
Lakewood.
No way.
1 point for me. Finally,
There was a
What?
deer in downtown Houston.
I guess. And it was
Oh, dear.
aggressive.
Oh dear. You're good at puns. Yeah, you're good at puns.
Okay. Came from
It's good.
California to attend Prince's first visit to the USA. When I walked in, the spirit of love was all over the room. It was so palpable you could feel it.
That's the Osteen basketball arena extravaganza
Lakewood.
for sure.
She's trying
Lakewood.
to say Lakewood.
Now I
All
want
right,
to
you
say strip club.
I want to hear it
Okay.
again.
All right. It's
What prince are we talking about here?
came from California to attend Prince's first visit to the USA. When I walked in, the spirit of love was all over the room. It was so palpable you could feel it.
Damn it. It could be either. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say
that
Lakewood.
sounds if that's strip club, it's an old hippie talking. We're
That's
going.
a hell
I'm
of
going
a strip
church.
club, and I need to go now.
I can feel
Jazz-
the love palpably.
Jasmine's going,
Church.
and Darren
Lakewood.
and Dean.
Strip club.
Okay, it is church.
Church.
So-
Church.
Okay. All right, here we go. Joyce was awesome. Love her.
Joyce?
Joyce does not sound like a stripper name to me, but I'm gonna go Lakewood. Joyce, come on. That's like too old lady
That's
for
my
I'm gonna go
mother-in-law.
Gold Digger on that one.
Yeah, I think he's trying to make it sound like a strip club. I'm gonna go Lakewood.
It is Lakewood. Okay.
Joyce the
Okay.
stripper.
I was gonna say if
That's an
there is
unpopular.
a Joyce stripper, I'm
I'm
headed to
out.
Houston tomorrow.
Okay, last
No.
one.
Just for the comedy X.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, let's not unpack that at all.
Yeah, let's not impact that. Hey, so last
Comedy.
one. I don't know why anyone would rate this awesome place less than 5. I will never forget it. I look forward to coming back again soon.
Oh, that's gold diggers.
Yeah, you don't get
Yeah,
that
Gold
fired up
Diggers.
about church.
It's Lakewood.
Oh man.
All right,
Okay.
so
I won.
got 2,
Yeah,
Dean
that's
got 5, Darren got 7, and Jasmine, as always, wins with 8.
Barely by
Okay.
the skin of her chinny chin.
Barely. That was a good game, though. You guys did good. You guys did better than I thought. I had a couple in there. That one with the guy who was had the twerking. I thought for sure you guys was going to think was Lakewood, but I was
Why?
wrong.
I
I
don't
was
think
That's
of,
joking.
I don't know
It's a
anything
joke.
about Lakewood
It's
again,
just
apparently.
funny.
That's
It's
It was
funny.
just
twerking where
funny.
you stick your butt in the air and move it
Mm-hmm.
around.
Yes. But it like flip-flopped on us because it
Jasmine, can you kind of show
started.
us what it looks like?
No, I'm good.
Here's the
I think
thing.
Dean's actually the twerking world champ or something.
Who names these dances?
I
mean, I
retired
get
from that a
this-
long time ago.
The sprinkler. Who
you
comes
still
up
got
with
it. Muscle
twerking? And
memory.
was that a word before that dance?
I don't know where any of this comes from. I don't know where
Betty
any...
Olivia Newton-John did it back in the day. Let's get physical.
Oh.
Did she twerk?
I don't know.
I think of like flash dance.
She
I
may
think of like
have.
on the chair. That's like very like twerk moment.
Oh, what a
You know?
feeling.
Isn't that right? So anyways, okay, well, obviously I won again. So Darren, I get to dare you and Greg to do something.
And
I'm gonna
Dean.
think about it. And Dean. Okay, on the next. Perfect.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
what?
okay.
What's the dare?
I don't know. I have to think
She's
about it.
gonna
I
have to think
haven't
about it,
I haven't
yeah.
written it
Mhm.
down.
Well, while you're
It's gonna be
thinking about it,
embarrassing.
I was curious if you guys, by generation, what is your preferred method of communication? Like Dean, would you rather have a phone call, a text, a face-to-face, electronic face-to-face, like a FaceTime, or email?
Whoever says
When
FaceTime is
you're
a serial
when you're at
killer.
work, what's your favorite mode?
FaceTime.
No.
I like to.
At
No,
work, you're
I like to be face to face. I like
face-to-face. Yeah.
I'm an extrovert. I'm a social butterfly, so
he was gonna lean into that. He's
I
like, oh,
like
FaceTime.
talking to people. Even though when I send emails, I'll go to their office and say, "Hey, guess what? Hey,
Yeah.
we're doing this. Hey, we're doing this."
I can testify to that. Yes, he does.
Well, I think Darren can probably relate to that.
Darren, what do we call that when I walk out there and I'm in the zone, or what is that? I'm in the when I walk out and I'm in the front of the door. I forgot what it's called.
Oh, standing the point. Standing the point.
Standing the point.
It's a car term. It's a car salesman term.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you, Darren? At work, what's your
hold on. Did Jasmine say if you pick FaceTime, you're a serial killer? Is that what she said?
I did say that, and I stand by it.
I'm not going to say FaceTime, but I have actually FaceTime the poor, innocent person right here saying I'm a serial killer. Do you remember when I had to talk to you about something and I FaceTimed you? Do you remember that?
Me?
It's been a minute.
No, I don't remember that at all.
You were like in your closet. You're like, okay, what's on your mind?
Oh, right. I was like folding clothes, and you're like, I need
Actually,
to
you
FaceTime.
know what it was?
You
I
had to show
think I
me
was mad
something.
at Greg. I think I was mad at Greg, and I need to talk to you about Greg.
Well, that's fair. I make a lot of
It
people
came to
mad.
my mind. It's fine.
That's fair.
I'm not mad anymore.
Okay, good.
And I'm just
text.
like, oh, okay.
I'm
Every time you call me, am I not like cooking or cleaning something or folding
The last
something?
phone
I'm
call
just
was
so
terrible.
busy. So
Darren's
unbelievably
phone call
text.
was like you were building pots in hand. It was horrible.
I was iron
The
working in
loudest.
my garage or gunsmithing or whatever. Dean
Sure.
and I were
Yes.
collaborating on a project.
Jasmine, what's yours?
So FaceTime is interesting to me because I see people doing it in like the grocery store.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is too is that sometimes they'll do it where they're like they see themselves bigger and they see the other person smaller, which I think is
Oh, yeah.
normally supposed to be flipped. But it's like they're just trying to look at themselves, and I think it's just really
Yeah.
weird. I hate that.
I think you're wrong about that. I think probably what's happening is they're showing product. Hey, what do you think about this watermelon?
Okay, no, that's
Are
true.
these the kind of beans you
Look,
want
there's
me to
very
get?
few things though, because could that not be a picture and a text?
That takes longer.
See, I usually call Amy, and I say, "Hey, hun,
Oh, you're both.
are
Your
these
wives
okay?"
He calls
Well,
my
yeah, it's
Amy.
okay.
He calls Darren's
He calls Amy
wife
Carey
Amy
and asks if those beans are the ones that
yeah, are these the ones you
he
want?
wants to load
That's
up
nice
on his
that you
car all
ask
night.
though.
Well, I'm not allowed to use her stage name, so I can't. So
Okay.
Okay.
Ah,
I was going to
man.
ask that, but then
But it's not
I
Joyce.
didn't. I didn't. Yeah.
No,
Not
not
Joyce.
Joyce.
Okay.
And so, what So it's not just FaceTime though. So it's tech-driven FaceTime, right? So it could be, what's the one, Zoom, all those kind of,
Okay,
Yeah,
like
Google
this.
Meet. We did that with
Sure.
work.
No, yeah,
yeah,
and there in certain contexts
I
that
think
makes
that stuff is
sense.
horrible.
I hate that too. And honestly, I always felt like
yeah.
it was so that they
Social
could like
dysphoria.
what?
What
I
is your
call it
preferred?
social. I call it social dysphoria because
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, oh yeah.
so these kids get into the text so much that they can't have an actual interaction with
Yeah.
individuals,
Oh yeah, we've
For
talked about that a
sure.
lot.
all
And
of a sudden they
that
lose
makes
that.
us sound like old grumbly people because it's
I
like,
know.
oh, what's wrong with this generation? But really, I've had conversations with people, or like today, I held the door for an older woman and she was like, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then another girl came through, didn't even fucking look at me.
Yep.
Like, oh,
You're
okay. I should
supposed
have
to
just
do it for her.
dropped it
Yeah.
on you because you
Mm.
like, yeah, like she was so entitled.
Yeah.
And look, that was one of millions of people her age, but
Yep.
I will hold all of them accountable going forward.
There's a term
Agreed.
you
Agreed.
used to say this term a lot.
Judge
I'm
not
trying
that
to
you
think
be
what it
judged.
is. What's the term you like to say, Jasmine? It's they're
Shut your whore mouth or you're doing great.
I hope.
no, those ones it's
She tells
like
me.
it's supposed to happen to them, or they're
Karma.
Meant to be? I don't know.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I say this all the time.
you used to at work. It doesn't matter.
What will
Used
be
to-
will
Okay.
be. I don't know.
Hey, so Jasmine, what's your preferred method? Face to face,
I
telephone,
you know
email,
what's
text
funny?
message, or tech
Never
driven
call me
at
again.
work?
So so I clearly I think text, but I really don't even text back very well. And so like we're in a group chat for Gen Lab and you guys will send it'll be like 15 messages and I'll kind of like anything important, no, and then I'll be like, what are you guys talking about? Because I don't even like have the patience to read it. I also
Oh,
don't
it's
have
evident.
I don't
It's
have the patience
evident you
to
hadn't
read
read it.
anything. So if something's like more than a 2-minute read, I just won't do it. That's just
That's fine.
I'm tragic that way. I won't watch like a long video. I can watch a movie if it's really good, but TikToks are kind of like the extent of my
So,
um
so let's unpack this
Right.
just a minute. So your favorite method is text, but you don't like texting.
I guess the if we condense it down and we go to the root of it, I'm just a very poor communicator, Greg.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, fair enough. Okay, that's fair.
I have a comment about Jasmine's communication skills because I worked
Uh-oh.
under them for 10 months. She voicemails more than anyone that I know.
Really?
Voice
How do you
memo,
voice
whatever.
memo?
Oh,
it's
like a
called.
voice memo, yeah. And I did
Oh,
that
Oh,
because
my wife does that
I don't do
all
that anymore.
the time.
Listen, I don't do that anymore. And I looked on my phone today, and the last person I called was my daughter, and it was like 4 weeks ago. So I don't call or
You
anything.
don't talk to anybody.
I really don't talk to anybody, honestly. I did Marco Polo for a while, which is kind of like a FaceTime, but it's like a
We
you
did
leave.
Marco Polo for a bit.
Yeah,
What is
you
that?
leave.
What is that?
One-sided. And
It's basically a voicemail that you leave, and it like videos you.
it's like Marco, you can say Marco, you send somebody a message, then they send you a message back.
And
That's
the thing
the
that
Polo
sucks
kind of.
about that is that someone will send you like 5 messages and they're this long,
Oh, they're
and you
long.
have to listen to all of them before you can respond.
But you
And
can speed them up, which is nice about that
yeah, you have to
that
pay
app.
for that, and I'm not going to do that.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
but
Mhm.
but yeah, no, I did voice memo a lot at that company because they would disappear, and Addie did that. Maybe I shouldn't say blank. We'll cut that. But yeah, the boss did that, and so I was just following that lead because I was like, oh, if we're not going to save receipts, then I'm not going to save receipts,
Yeah.
So
That's
Yeah.
a good point. But you can
my-
save it if you push the button.
yeah, but most people don't. They just let it disappear.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I wasn't saying anything bad, but I was like, if that's how you want to operate, okay, fine, we'll do that. So
I
just
remember
kinda got used
you
to it.
having to apologize to me several different times, and I did keep those.
Good. No, I mean, yeah, I'm not mad that you kept those. I thought that was cute that I have had to apologize for a lot of things in my life, Darren.
It's like, Darren, I'm sorry I talked to you so bad. You did great today. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm
you're
keeping
doing a
that.
great job.
At
I'm
least
sorry.
early on. Later, it was just like,
No, I think
we're in
later
the
is when I
trenches.
had to apologize to you more. Early on, we were killing it, and then it was like we were all stressed out. So,
My-
so Greg, the moral of the story is that I'm just a bad communicator. I don't prefer any method of communication.
Okay, that's fair. So you're introvert, and so my
Oh.
favorite is the email, and I'm the only one that was in
Email.
my
Gross.
category. So Dean's a silent generation, face to face.
I like that though. Too.
Telephone is baby boomers.
Oh, I would
Email.
choose face to face.
Oh, you would choose
I
face
didn't
to
know face
face?
to face was an option.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
either.
Dean chose
Yeah.
face to face. He said he gets out of the office and goes
No,
down
he's
to your office to say hello.
Although if somebody
Yeah,
showed
but
up to my house
he's
to like
not
tell me
driving
something,
to
I would
Bentonville to
think,
tell
yeah,
somebody something. Yeah,
exactly, yeah. So you have to
No, it's at
communicate
work.
some other
At
way.
work. The whole question was at work. What's your
Oh, I missed
communication
Oh, I'm
that.
style
sorry, I
at
missed
work?
that.
Face to
Uh-huh.
face.
Face to face. Okay, so
Unless you're talking to
I-
someone you want to
I'm
get
face-to-face.
like, you know, in an email so that you can show them later. Like, yeah, you
I'm
did
face
say
to
you'd
face
do
too.
that.
I picked Dean.
wow.
I
Okay,
didn't know
so
that
you
was
guys
an
are
option.
all silent. That's fantastic. I love
That's
it.
great. Silence me.
No one's
And
ever
then
called me
millennials
that
are
my whole
text
life.
messages, and then Gen Z like tech driven, face to face type, FaceTime or Zoom or what have you.
Hmm.
So
Z's
yeah,
are that?
interesting. What?
It is.
Z is that?
Z's? Yeah, that's Z's. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Kylie's always on FaceTime calls with her friends.
That's interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Mm.
So what else you guys have for tonight?
I was gonna ask
Anybody?
Dean who his favorite dean of history.
What's that?
Who's your favorite dean of history? Like James Dean, Jimmy Dean,
Dean Martin.
Dean
I like
Martin.
Jimmy
Dean
Dean.
Martin.
So
That's a good one.
Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra loved Jack Daniels, and I am a Jack Daniels connoisseur.
Oh, I have a Jack
And
Daniels. I should have worn it.
and there are
Oh,
evenings where I'll crank up "Fly Me to the Moon" or Mambo,
Okay.
and just have a nice glass of Jack Daniels and
That's
just
classy. That's
kind
Honestly,
of
so
hang out, play some
classy.
pool, and just kind of chill out.
the
Yeah.
Dean Martin roasts back in the day are
Oh,
some
hell
of the
yeah.
best
those are good.
television that ever
Yeah.
was.
They were good.
Are you good at pool? You've brought it up a couple of times. I mean, I've played it a few times, but I'm
Kind of
I'm
like
okay.
terrible, awful.
soccer.
What was nice was, as you would know, I had a friend of mine. He was getting ready to PCS. Well,
Mhm.
he had a pool table he just bought. Had it refelted, everything done to it, and he was ignorant and did not do the research that he could take the pool table with him. So he got freaked out and decided to sell the pool table. So he called me. He says, "Hey, $400 you can have this pool table if you come and take it." It's
Whoa.
a
Those things are like
1978.
70,000 pounds. So
Yeah, it's a 1978 Brunswick. So I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Oh,
yeah.
So I
yeah.
showed
So
up, took it apart.
it's a real one. It's not
Yeah,
like you put quarters in and
So
that's
it's
a
got
real
that
one.
big piece of slate in it.
yeah.
3 of them, three
Yeah.
slates.
Jeez, that's cool.
So
Wow.
you know what? I've got a question about that. I have looked at pool tables before, but honestly, the pool table I've always wanted is the one that you put quarters in because that's the one you meet your buddies at to play
Right.
pool at the places. That's the one I would have wanted, and
I'm
I
confused. You
never
put
got one.
quarters in? Oh, and it like goes in, they like stay
And
in
it
the
drops the
table when
balls like at
okay.
pool halls. Not
Yeah.
now nicer pool halls. You go up there and you pay your hourly rate and do it.
Yeah.
But just a bar pool table,
Yeah.
you put $1 worth of quarters in, you shove it in.
So
the
you want to
balls
have a
drop.
pool table in your house where like you have a
I-
bucket of quarters nearby so that people can actually play with it?
I did at one point in my life. I was going to try to rig it where you didn't have to have quarters, but whatever. But I'm
Okay.
over that. I don't want anything in my house right now at
Yeah.
all. I
Well,
want
Matt and I stayed at an Airbnb in Dallas that had a pool table, and we were playing, and like
Oh, nice.
it took us like 4 hours to like get good at it, but like we were doing like trick shots and like calling things, and we were getting really, and we had MTV music videos playing, and we were doing pool. I was like, I feel like if
That's
I had
awesome.
a cigarette right now and we were drinking, I was like, this would have been like the
That's
perfect
awesome.
evening.
That's awesome.
It's
But I
awesome.
have a question for Dean's pool table. So I've always heard there's 3 pieces of slate on those real pool tables. What do they do when the slate meets? Do they caulk that? I mean, how does it stay smooth there? And I
So
have slate tables at my house, and slate is jagged. It's not jagged, but there's different there's levels. So what do you do about that? And what do you do about the crack?
So there's 2 ways you can do it. When I bought it, they used beeswax. So the gentleman, he took some small pieces of wood and stuck it in there and raised the sides to make everything even. Then you use beeswax to cover the cracks. Now, what I do is I cleaned off the beeswax and I made sure, number one, that the two slates fit together properly. Then when I put everything together, I used the shims and I basically shimmed everything up to where everything met. You're not, theoretically not supposed to use anything between the two. You're not supposed to make it proper. So I cleaned it, shampooed it, took some water to it, soap and water, and met them. Then I basically put shims in there so they would meet up. Then I bolted everything down.
So
Wow.
and then
So you
like
can't even see it.
the felt, and then it's that like glue tacky. I mean, it's just so smooth. That's what I'm getting at. You don't see
So there's two
lines.
ways you can do felt. You can either take some like contact glue and spray the outside rim, then lay it down. What I do, because felt gets bad after a while, that's gonna have to be replaced. I found a really cool Jack Daniels one, so I have a red felt on mine. So I want to replace my middle red felt with a black felt with Jack Daniels.
Oh, that's cool.
So you'd roll it out, then you'd start on the back side, and basically you'd use a stapler. And you'd staple everything, you just get it all nice and tight. You have your buddy help you out, and you just staple everything nice and tight all the way around.
What he said.
Man, that sounds like a lot of work. I just
It
like
is.
to go
I
to
was
the
just
pool
curious.
hall
I
and...
never knew how it
But
worked.
about 7 beers, you're good.
You need a pool table, some darts, and then one of those fun slot machines.
I do have a dartboard from the
Oh, I
70s.
love playing darts,
We
man.
need to go to Dean's house immediately.
Yeah, let's go to Dean's house.
Yeah, we'll be over in
I have a bar
little-
too.
That's awesome.
Okay, sweet.
See, that's like kind of what I'm trying to do in my front room is make it like kind of a lounge. We've got our little vinyl station, and we do like to collect like old
Well,
vinyls and
Jazz
stuff.
man, in Germany, remember they used to sell those big old trunks with the bars?
Mm-hmm.
We bought one of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
What
But
is
yeah,
it?
Germany was. I was going to ask you about Germany a little bit because I lived there and it was awesome and I remember it very fondly. But I had young kids at the time, and so we didn't get to do like all the things we wanted to do. What was your favorite thing about Germany, or like where was your favorite place that you went while you lived there? Because there's a lot of traveling that people do when they live there.
I really enjoyed getting up Saturday morning when I wasn't hungover. Go down. I was right beside the pedestrian gate going outside of Baumholder.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to go down to the market, and it was an open air market.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I used to buy fresh eggs, and the gentleman would have a slab of bacon. Gross, gross, large bacon. So he'd cut it large,
You're like
fresh bacon. Then I would get brochen, the big old muffin. Then I would get all my stuff for breakfast, and I'd truck back up. And by the time I get to the house, Amy would have Sydney up, and and she just got back from Ireland. So
oh wow.
She's coming here next week.
Oh
from
wow,
Phoenix.
that's very cool. Yeah. The refrigerators there are all very tiny, and so a almost like a mini fridge that you would have in like your man cave or your office or whatever. And we had a family of 5, and we're like, we have to go to the grocery store or go to the market every day, basically.
Every day.
And they have all the bakeries have like fresh baked bread, and so all the bread was baked like super fresh.
Oh yeah, totally.
And it was delicious, but it would like spoil really fast.
Yeah.
And they would bake it in these loaves, and then they had these bread loaf cutters that would you could pick like how you wanted your bread sliced, and it would slice it for you right there. So it was like this fresh bread, like not like you would get Wonder Bread or something at the store. So
it sounds better. It sounds better than America.
Oh, it's great.
In some respects, I think so, but it's very much less convenient. At least that was my experience.
I don't know. Those markets are close. You could walk usually.
It was enjoyable. I loved it. I mean, only issue that we had was the Turks. The Turks.
They're so angry. Why are they so angry?
They just didn't like Americans, and I had a lot of soldiers they got stabbed by Turks. I was Southern, so I was in a Black Forest area.
Yeah.
And they're pretty nasty.
Yeah. When we went to Munich.
Turkish.
Yeah, Turkish people. Well, we had a couple of Turkish people that worked on base, And some of them were fine. They would get a temper. And then one time we were like backing up and this Turkish guy like was banging on our car because we were like too close. But I mean, we had all this room, but they just get so mad.
What's their problem? Is it genetic or have they been wronged by the world?
Culturally, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like how Irish people are always drunk.
Turkey. Isn't that where the Ark is parked? I mean, they've got the Ark.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's the Constantine. I don't think the Ark's there. I don't know. I think it's in
Mount
Ethiopia.
Ararat. That's where I watched them.
Oh, are we getting biblical here?
Huh?
I think it's
talking about Bible stuff.
It might be in Ethiopia.
The Ark? No, the Ark's in Turkey. What are they?
The Ark is the one that Indiana Jones found in.
No,
that's the Ark of the Covenant. He's talking about the
what are you talking about?
Ark.
Yeah, that's in Turkey. Yes, in Turkey. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Noah's Ark? Oh, yeah. That's
sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, get your arcs on. Like, tell us which Ark.
Well, he said Mount Ararat. So that's how I knew.
So if you know the Bible,
that's all I know about Turkey. Why are they so angry? They got the biggest boat ever.
So it was like when, I don't know if you experienced this, Dean, but like when we would go out, we would find like the English people, like people from England, were very rude as well. Did you have that experience? Because I've met a lot of English people here in the States that are so nice. But like every time we go out to a restaurant and we'd hear like an English person talking, they would always be like super rude to the wait staff. And we kind of just were like, that's so strange.
I think it's just culture.
I didn't see a lot of English. We saw a lot of French. And they were just rude.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, dude. We were only 30 minutes away from the French border. So we were next to
Trier, or is that
Trier? Yeah, we went to Trier like 5 or 6 times.
Because when we went to Trier, they were very nice. But Paris, I heard, is like, ugh, they're so mean there.
We didn't go to France. I want to go to France, but everyone that I've known, all my soldiers that went to France, they came back and said that place sucks.
Oh, sorry, Nancy is where we went. Yeah. They were really nice.
Nancy.
It's cool though because Trier and there's a lot of cities like this out there though.
Oh, totally.
That have like these big Roman ruins and like they're
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's Roman, right?
Port of Trier.
It is Roman. Yeah.
Okay.
Port of Negro. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Romans ruled that.
I got pictures of that.
That whole world, and their ruins are everywhere. You can see them in Spain and France, and it's everywhere.
Who?
And they're just so used
Romans?
to it because.
Oh yeah, I've heard of
Romans.
I've heard of them.
Yep. Yeah.
Heard of it. Yeah, so we liked you know what was also incredible in Germany is the yogurt. It was so good.
Yogurt.
I've never been like a big yogurt person, but I could eat
I eat yogurt every morning for breakfast, the 2G one. It tastes awful.
It's good for your digestive tract.
It tastes awful.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
It has no sugar, so it's probably more like the German one.
I had frozen yogurt today.
We used to go to this Greek restaurant in Baumholder, and we would sit down, and they'd come over, give us a shot of ouzo. We take that, we eat, awesome tzatziki sauce, freaking excellent.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Lamb.
You know what?
They give you another shot of ouzo.
You know what? I haven't bought a house here yet. I may just.
Darren, you would love Germany. You would, except for if it's a Sunday. Good luck. You're not getting anything. Nothing's open. Also, if you
lived in Texas in the 80s, it's a blue law. Nothing was open.
And if you have like a mechanic that you like, or maybe a hair cutting person that you like, they're going to go on vacation for 3 months and they're not going to they're going to leave like a little note on the wall.
Welcome. I've got the worst
haircut
ever.
Hair looks
I had
good.
the best haircut
I
last
like
month and that girl disappeared and I got butchered 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So.
I like it. It looks good.
They'll just leave like a little note for you in German. And it'll be like, be back in 3 months. Bye. And they just go on. Yeah. They just go on.
Amy and I talked about moving. I've never lived in another country. I've lived in Southern California, Central Texas.
Well, now that you're fluent in Spanish, you could go to Spain.
I've got to, if I'm going to
stick around. It's been at least 2 weeks.
I've got to learn Spanish. I have to. If I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing.
I think the way to do that best is to get you a Spanish girlfriend that doesn't speak any English.
Why does it have to be a girlfriend? Go work in a kitchen for a little while, and you'll learn.
No, I want a girlfriend.
They won't speak any
But here's the
when
problem.
I was at Back 40 Texas Barbecue, if you wanted anything, you had to tell them in Spanish because they weren't going to talk to you.
Here's the problem with a Spanish girlfriend: huge families. You got brothers and dad.
Cousins and
It's too much family.
yeah.
They got too
Oh, I
much
thought you
family.
were
And they're
going to
all
say
really loud.
Amy's the problem with a Spanish
Amy's
girlfriend,
not
but
the problem. It's their family. There's too much family. I
Yeah,
can't
no, I
deal with that.
agree. Yeah. And a lot
I
of
mean,
yeah.
I love that
cousins.
they have big families, but I don't need that in my life.
So when I was when we were at Walmart, the guy Henry at Walmart, the Hispanic guy, drove a motorcycle.
Are you
Anyway,
talking to me?
yeah,
Yeah, you're the one that worked at
we're the
Walmart.
only one that worked at
Canada?
Walmart together.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that part. Henry.
Henry, yeah, he drove a motorcycle.
I think his name was Lewis, and he was our roommate there for a minute.
Okay, it's a different guy, but his buddy. So I went to Waco with him one night, maybe he and Lewis, and we ended up at his family's house, and there were 4 Hispanic families in a 3-bedroom
Oh wow.
house. And I slept on the floor, and
I
there was
love it.
people on the bed, and
And
there
you
was
were just
people on
like
the floor.
surrounded. Yeah.
I got up the next morning, ate breakfast with a whole bunch of people, and they had no silverware. You got a plate with eggs on it and a tortilla to
Yeah,
use
you
for
don't need
silverware.
silverware. What's wrong with you? You eat
No, I love
tortilla
It
with a
that.
burrito
it
with
was
a
it was awesome.
my stepdad's family's Hispanic, and I'm telling you, the amount of cousins that I would meet, like I would meet cousins at like 17 or 18 that I was like, oh, we're cousins. I had never met you before. And I've met we'd go to parties and there would be hundreds of people there and be like, oh, you're related to that person and
I thought your dad was Hispanic when
you
I
got
saw
like
that picture.
second cousins and third cousins who you don't even
I
know.
love that. You know,
I do too. My
I
family's Hispanic.
crave that.
Yeah, it's cool
But
until they're all speaking Spanish and you're just like, I think I know what
not
they're
in a
saying.
girlfriend situation when you're married. You don't want
yeah.
that much family and have to explain
Mhm.
everything. That's
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
that's
just
my
go
whole-
get you a job in a kitchen then, I guess.
Or
I don't want
use
a
that
job.
little translator tool on your phone and go like immerse
I want to
yourself
just
in a
learn it.
Spanish
I want to be
neighborhood.
smart and learn it.
I think
Yeah,
it's a
do it.
really cool
Do
thing
it.
to do. I would love
Do
to
it.
learn
How
it.
did you
I-
do it, Greg? How did you learn it?
My wife's Hispanic, and my mother-in-law doesn't speak English.
Yeah, he
Well, she's
cheated.
passed away now, but she lived in the house with us for 13 years. So
You
You just
must.
probably pick it up a
It
little
was
bit.
must.
today you should have seen one of my customers came in, and there was 2 guys from Venezuela that showed up, and I was telling them to fill out the application, and I was telling them in Spanish, and the look on this guy's face
Yeah.
when he's like,
The
what in
whitest
the
guy
world?
ever
He could
supposed to
not
get
believe that I was
Yeah, that is
speaking
a little
Spanish to those
surprising,
guys.
but I would just say that I think it's probably the best thing you could do because we went to an orientation at my kids' school. They do year-round school now. And there's a lot of Hispanic people at the school and they have like a translator that will translate in real time for the parents that don't speak English. And I was like, that is so cool. Because I lived in Germany and I sucked at German. Like I didn't really need to learn the language.
Yeah,
They
I
were
don't
all very accommodating in that way. I found that they have no patience for your bad German. So I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
okay. But I
That's
can't tell you
my
how
family. They have no patience for my bad Spanish.
yeah, but it's overwhelming when you go to a place and you don't speak the language. I mean, it's so overwhelming. So I'm so grateful when they have that for those
Like,
families.
honestly, if you get submerged in that situation,
Yeah.
you'll learn it like a bitch.
Well, yeah,
For
you
sure.
have to communicate, of course. Even if you just know a few phrases and you can kind of
Basura.
understand it when you hear it.
Ein
You know?
Bier bitte.
Noch ein Bier bitte. Yeah.
Just one beer, please. Ein Bier bitte.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
he had a
That's
thumbs
how
up. I saw
I
his
know.
little
It's give me
emoticon.
another beer.
Man, Dean's on it.
And then here come the German ladies with their big arms.
Did they have hairy underarms?
I don't think
They
so.
were carrying
No.
beers.
No.
I don't know.
So-
I don't
That's
really think
France.
I ever saw an underarm, but they all have red short hair, like Sharon Osbourne.
Really?
Yeah,
I like
they like
red
dye
hair.
it real bright red.
Darren, I don't know if
can't
you
learn
remember,
German.
but
I can't
when
even
we
learn.
were, I don't know if you remember being in Jamaica, but there was a ton of Germans that vacationed in Jamaica, and English as well.
I remember.
Were they
being
rude
there.
into
I
the
don't
wait staff?
remember German.
So the English are
I mean, I'm sure that's what people say about
they
Americans.
are as a
so
culture.
whatever. But
They are as a culture. It's not that they're rude. It's just that they're
Abrupt.
very, very, very dry.
yeah, no, that's true. Like in
They're very
Germany,
what?
Dean, did you ever
Dry.
see a
They just have
line?
no.
Like,
They don't.
do
Their
they know
personality is
what
very
that is?
flat.
And
What's that?
What'd you say?
I was just gonna say it is cultural. So like in Germany, I feel like they don't give you nearly as much personal space to talk to you.
No.
They
Yeah.
don't.
Korea was the same way.
They don't
Yeah, for
understand
sure.
like banter. So
Korean.
like if you're like, "How's your day?" They're like, I'm working. Like they, they don't have like, they're not like, oh, it's doing well, And then a line, like if you go to the store and you're trying to wait in line, they'll like, if you're standing like this far away from somebody, they just assume you're not in the line. So it's a
they
weird.
will.
Oh,
Like, you
I'd be
got like,
knocking
whoa,
somebody in the
be
head.
careful,
You're like, excuse me, I'm here, but they don't care. They're just like, oh. So
Hey.
it's
But I go out of my way to ask somebody, "Are you in line?" I mean,
yeah, me
'cause
too.
I can't
But
handle
that's
a
an
line
American
cutter.
thing. It's very like, and it seems timid probably to them.
German was very, I mean, not German, but Korea was very aggressive.
Really?
You had to be really aggressive. I was on the DMZ, but we did go visit Seoul a couple times.
Yeah.
And it was extremely aggressive. I mean, you had to move your ass or you got ran over. And if
Did you
didn't
ever
get in
drive
line,
there?
huh?
Did you ever drive in Seoul?
No, we had I could have, but I didn't. But we
That
took
stresses
taxis,
me out.
and that was yeah,
Oh yeah.
never again. That was probably the worst taxi rides I've ever. Yeah.
I
Darren,
have
were you stressed out in Jamaica when you rode with me?
I have a full blood Chinese sister-in-law, so
What?
I'm basically Chinese, so I can say this.
Oh,
What I'm
God.
about to say.
Uh-oh. I'm going to have to cut this.
Every vacation I've been on, and there's been a lot of Asians, you better look out. They're aggressive.
Yeah,
they are.
That surprises me because I feel
thing.
like I've experienced, like I dated a Japanese guy in high school and his family was very polite, like overly polite.
Yeah, Japan's different.
Polite,
Japan is mellow.
Man, when they're on vacation, by God, they're getting up there. They're getting that picture, and I'm just telling you. But I can say that because I'm basically Chinese.
But Chinese is an Asian, so like there's a lot of different. So obviously, like I think that there's a lot of very big. It's like the difference between Texas and like New Yorkers or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
Huge
and probably even
difference,
more because it's more ingrained. But I mean, imagine just Japan. Like I said, they were all very like kind of quiet and very polite and like overly.
I would
nice.
love to go to Japan.
Me
too. I want to go to Japan
and all of that. And even if you go to like San Francisco and you go to like Chinatown versus Japantown or like Little Italy, you know what I mean? Like you go to these different segments and you're like, oh, this is actually a lot more different than I thought it would be. Maybe, so.
Hey,
Culture.
I know we're closing up on Darren's time probably, but I did have a music game for you guys to finish off, but I
feel
can't
like
find
I'm gonna fail. Oh, good.
I can't find it. So we'll do it next time. Dean, next time you're on, we'll do a music game because
fine.
I can't find it.
I just got a note that my deal's been moved 30 minutes later, so go for it.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay. So.
Oh, really?
So
do you have a word game?
Yeah, you guys want to do a word game and close it off?
Let's do our word game.
Okay. All right. So, hey, Dean, these are new words that were added to the dictionary. So in 2023 or 2024. So Jasmine always wins because she knows more words, period. But she's also
because I'm
brilliant.
Because I'm college-educated woman.
Gorgeous and brilliant. And can I say something really quick about
young?
Jasmine?
But the most important thing is she's young.
Yeah, she's young.
So unbelievable.
And I'm a little scared to say this out loud, but the new Bachelorette, I think, is very Jasmine-esque.
Oh, I don't know her.
I think she has a very strong back.
Yeah, how broad is her back? Because
no, I'm not saying she's a badass like that, but her hair and her bone structure, she's got a little Asian in her, but I think Jasmine did too. So I think it all works.
He doesn't even think any of that. He literally just said that so he could say that joke. It's not even true. Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
That was good. That was good.
So before we get into the word game, Dean, just remind us what your book's name is, the title of your book, and where you can get it.
Whooaaa Man. It is on Amazon right now. You can get it
on
Amazon.com. Check it out, called Whooaaa Man by Dean Allen. It's basically dealing with marriage and the military.
That's awesome.
And
I like how we're acting.
Aren't movie studios hitting you up about a possible screenplay? Or yes. Should I have not said that? We can cut that if I can.
Oh, really?
Yes, there is some movement going on. I did write a script I did get the script written for the book.
Wow.
It's unfortunately the book is like me and you talking. So what we did was I had a scriptwriter go in and write basically a story with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Friends, but in the backyard.
Okay, cool.
I like it. I'm
And
very
so
excited to know you.
we're in the middle of trying to figure out what's going on with that. I'm talking with Lionsgate. I'm talking with some other
Wow.
individuals
That's cool.
who are interested. So we'll see what happens. It's still kind of in the infancy stages right now.
That's awesome.
Dude, that's
But-
awesome.
And you know what? Now that you bring this up, outside of the paper route job, I just remembered. I know some movie people. It just hit me. I know a guy that's very connected.
Okay.
I'll make a call.
Yeah, definitely. I
You know a
appreciate
guy
it.
who's very connected, and we still don't have a sponsor for our podcast.
Well, it just hit me. So
We have a lot
Lakewood
of really
Church.
connected friends that.
I just made a post asking for free hats. So, it's a gradual thing, but if I can help Dean overcome the paper route, I'm all for it.
Oh no, you're already trying to overcome the paper route.
All right.
Everyone's trying to overcome the paper route.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yes.
I hear you.
I
Me too.
understand it. Okay.
All right. So the
Okay,
first
new
word.
words.
Oh, these words are new, and you guys, you have to. Jasmine guesses last because
She knows
obvious.
everything.
Best for last.
And so we go. One of us goes. We all have to go, and you just guess. If you don't know, just guess. So the first word is jump scare. Jump scare. It's two words. It's JUMP space SCARE. Jump scare.
And Darren thinks it's spelled wrong.
And I'm gonna go first, and I'll say it's jumping off a cliff when there's danger, like what Jasmine did when she was 16.
There wasn't danger. It was a show off moment. So, okay. Jump scare. All right, Darren,
Or
it's you
Dean.
now. Or Dean.
Dean, you want to go? Or do you need a minute?
I'd say just being. You can't use it in context, correct?
I can't.
No.
No, it's just a no.
It's
no,
just a
it's
new
just
word in the
nothing.
dictionary.
And we're
which
gonna
I-
need you to
say-
spell it too.
Being scared.
Being scared.
Okay, being
Okay.
scared. All right.
Oh, like when you jump and you're scared.
Because
like
you're
being
scared. That's like
And you poop your pants like Darren does.
when you poop your
Oh,
pants
yeah,
and you're
yeah.
or you're afraid of
Worst
it.
nightmare. Worst nightmare.
Jump.
And to that note, I was watching a movie with a friend of mine one time, and a scary moment happened, and I jumped so hard. We both jumped so hard, my friend's shoulder got ducked out of place.
Oh,
my
nice.
gosh.
Well, I
Glen
thought you were
Owen.
gonna say you pooped your pants, but that's
No,
good too.
no, stop with the pooping pants. So
Okay.
there's a term that I use, and I think Amy and I both use. It's called jump naked and do it, or maybe that's from longer ago than this. But
Mhm.
and what jump naked and do it means is like you know what, I'm kind of thinking about whatever, a dream. I don't know. Jump naked and do it. Just do it. So jump scared to me, I think, is a jump naked and do it situation. And that just means don't talk about it, bitch. Buy the hot dog cart and sell hot dogs on that corner if that's
So
what
it's like
you want to try to do.
overcoming a fear.
Mm.
Yeah.
Just
No,
do
that's a
it.
good one. I
Okay.
like
Just
it.
do it. Like
like
no
it.
guts,
Mhm.
no blue chips. That's Amy's saying. Jump naked and do it is my
Yeah, and you want those
or
blue
I
chips.
stole it from somebody, maybe Joe Morgan. I don't know.
All right,
Okay.
all right, Jazz man.
Jump scare is when you are like watching a movie or playing a video game, and you know when they like open the medicine cabinet and then they close the medicine cabinet and there's something right there and it's like a
Yeah.
jump scare. That's a jump scare. Or if you're
That's
playing
like
a
that
video
movie
game and you're like turning a corner and all of a sudden there's something in front of your face and it's like it makes you jump. It's a scare. It's a jump scare.
Have I ever
Never
told you how
did.
much I dislike you?
All the time. You text it to me
Okay.
every day. How much you hate me.
Okay.
How much you
I was
how much
just
disdain you
making
have.
sure that it was known.
Because
All
I'm
right,
right.
so yeah, it's a scripted moment, as in a film or video game, intended to startle the audience.
I even
So-
said in a video game or film.
You
Wow.
did. I
It's
hate
like,
you. I
I
hate
just,
you. Yeah.
I
Mhm.
don't know.
Yeah, it's like you're
ESPN.
just brilliant. It's like I send you these words before time or something, but
Yeah,
What
it's
did
almost
Dean
like that.
say? Didn't Dean say that? I can't remember now.
Hmm. You just said when you're scared. I mean,
yeah.
it's in the same realm, but it's
Okay, how
not
about
specific.
log line?
Oh,
LOGLINE, log line.
That's the line to go to the bathroom to drop a log.
I agree. I think that's what it is. I think it's not the line to go to the bathroom, like generally, like there's a urinal line. It is the line
for
waiting
specifically
For
for
the
the
poop.
shitter.
for the douche
When does
dropping
men have to
portion.
do
Yeah.
that ever? Like, you guys are
Oh,
always in, out, in, out, in,
yeah,
out.
but there's
I'm
very
like
few of those.
moved
That's
to.
urinal. That's urinal activity. I'm talking about the
And,
other
Oh,
one.
that's
yeah,
urinal
and let me tell
activity,
you,
and
in
then there's a
Kansas
separate.
City at Arrowhead, there's very few booths. I would say.
So okay, so there's a urinal line, and then there's a separate toilet line.
Well,
Yeah.
no, let me describe. There's a
For
line
number
to go in
two.
there, and there's 37 urinals, and there's 3 toilets. So if you're in the urinal line and you get up, it moves pretty quickly. Well, then there's a couple of guys waiting in the toilet area. So
Yeah, so
Yeah.
here's my
kind of
question though. What if you are one of those guys who prefers to sit down while they pee? Are you gonna
no one's doing
forego
that.
that?
You're not doing that in a.
You're
You're not
not
doing that in a
you're
venue
gonna
like that.
you're gonna forego that so
You
that
get
you
pink
can go
eye.
Of
quickly.
course.
No, I got it, but like if
That's
you're
ridiculous.
Dan who likes to sit and pee, didn't he say he likes to sit and pee?
Yeah, he did say he liked to sit
Dan's
and pee,
not
but
sitting and peeing at the Kenny Chesney
hey,
concert.
And that's the first
but
question you ask on a date. You say, "Are you the sit and pee kind of guy?" Or no, I'm just kidding.
hey, so you guys remember that tube
That's
I
the
sent a
middle of the
picture
night.
of in the bathroom from the stadium, the baseball stadium that time? I don't know what that tube was. I think it must have been like an internal colostomy bag tube.
Oh,
What?
I don't know.
What
Are we
I'm
still
pretty
guessing
sure
words?
that's what it had to be. Yeah. Darren, you said Dean. What'd you say, Dean? Log line.
Let's say a line to the urinal for number 2.
To the
Okay, so
urinal
yeah.
for number 2? I didn't know you
No,
did
for number
that.
2. The line for number 2.
Okay.
All right,
You're
Jazz
not
Man, what
lining
you
up to
got?
do a log in the urinal. Okay, I think it's completely different. I think it's when you're at a theme park and you go on one of those log rides and you are waiting at the end to get off, but you have that long line of logs in front of you.
And they had to make up a word for the
And they had to make up a word because
for
Disney's
log
gotten
ride
really
technology
listen.
in 2020.
Disney has gotten real sad with their
Oh,
rides. I
gosh.
don't know why, but they've really shiced it out, and so now everything's a line, even the log line.
Scheiße.
It's it's a simple synopsis of a screenplay, film, novel, etc. that is used for pitching. Oh, Dean, you need to know this. See pitch entry 3 or promotion. So for
Hmm.
pitching or promotion, it's a simple
Wow.
synopsis of a screenplay.
Yeah,
There you go.
I don't like the term.
I was also going to say my second
Wow.
guess was not
Okay.
that. My second guess was at they have these competitions where lumberjacks like cut logs and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
a line for whatever.
Oh,
It's a
That's
line.
a
that's
lumberjack
yeah.
competition.
We need a new word for that
Or
too,
maybe
for
it's a line
sure.
to watch the lumberjacks cut things down.
Yeah.
It's the lineup.
It's a line of lumberjacks. That's a log.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Because we have a lot of lumberjacks these days.
Manly lumberjacks.
Yeah. Only in Fayetteville would they
I'm
use
a
this
lumberjack
word,
and I'm
though.
okay. Work all night and I sleep all day.
That's a
Yes.
song.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, Roy has a beach rock song for the next time.
Oh,
Oh,
joy.
he's gonna sing it? Oh, I love it. Or he's gonna
He
give it
sang
to
it
us
to
to
me
sing.
already. He's
Oh,
very
dude,
good.
that's awesome.
All right.
How about vanity card? Vanity card. I think I sent you guys a vanity card the other day. I think it's the signature line when you have like this picture that's kind of dolled up on your signature. And I sent you guys a bunch the other day that were, I mean, they were just way overboard. The girl with the big
Yes.
lips and the guy. I think that's a
vanity card.
I want to steal that, but that's not fair. I think Greg's right, but that's not where I was thinking. What I was going to say, like in soccer and you cause a penalty and they give you a red card, when someone's being vain and they're called on it, it's like they give you a vanity card, like a red card in soccer. That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
So I don't want to steal Greg's fantastic
Yeah.
answer. So that's
Okay.
I think it's something to spruce up a business card.
Okay. All right. All right. Jazz, man,
Okay.
what you got?
Do you remember a couple years ago when everyone was like, I'm taking your man card because you wear nail polish or whatever? I don't know what it was. Or you pee sitting down. Have you heard
didn't know where
that?
the Super
Where you
Bowl.
find
Yeah,
out
you
someone's
didn't know
like,
where the Super Bowl was or whatever.
yeah. You don't know like sports, something about sports, and they're like, your man card's revoked. Okay, so vanity card, I guess, would then be if like a woman who usually looks like awesome doesn't wear makeup one day, she looks sick, and we're taking your vanity card. Okay, I know that's not it, but that's what I want it to be.
Wow, I like that. I like that. Okay, so oh shoot, it is the site reset on me. It is a production company. I'm just going to do it from memory here. I think I just read it while you were talking. It is. Oh, here we go. The logo of a production company that appears briefly on screen following the credits for a television show or movie.
Mm.
Oh wow! I
Okay,
don't know if any of us got.
we have two more. Thirst Trap. Thirst Trap.
Thirst or first?
Thirst. THIRST.
But
Thirst
they might have
Trap.
spelled it wrong.
You like
Oh,
that?
it says it's wrong. I'm going to say this.
So like the dictionary just got it wrong.
Yeah, it's another name for Buc-ee's.
Oh.
Like a choke and puke.
Like
A
it's
what?
a thirst trap. Like
a choke and puke.
Yeah, thirst
like-
trap. Yeah.
like basically you get your like drinks there.
Smokey and the Bandit used it back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
choke and puke and get a drink?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Choke and puke.
Okay.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Jasmine,
I
you want
think.
to go or you want me to go?
No, she's last. Dean
I
or
think
Dean
I
or
know.
Darren?
Well, Dean said choke and puke, whatever the hell that is, but I
So
guess
that's
it's
what,
a gas and
That's
sip.
what I said. That's what I said.
That's what
Yeah,
DT
you
said.
guys are saying the gas and sip.
What does Dean
Um,
think it is?
You know what I think? I just went into a big concert and there's all these shysters when you're walking up to, hey man, here's a bottle of water for 1/3 the price of what it's like.
Oh, yeah. I like
So
that. I like
It's
that.
like scalpers for
Yeah.
something to drink.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, they do it in like third world countries or big cities. That they're actually by like at the red lights or stop signs. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Dean?
Okay,
Scalpers for
Dean,
drink.
what you got?
I think the initial stage of dehydration.
Oh, wow.
You
Okay.
get
Yeah.
caught in
Oh
that trap.
Thirst
wow.
trap.
Dean's got the
Okay.
big brain.
Okay.
And Jazzman.
Speaking of lumberjacks, there's this guy on TikTok who like he will like his whole content is like felling trees. Is that what you say? Like whatever. He like cuts them
Yeah,
down.
that's right.
And he likes to like chop the wood up, and he always takes off his shirt and he like gets really with his belt and he like and then he like and he's like really like manly man, right? But he's like a thirst trap. Like it makes me want to watch his videos because he's like got his shirt off and he's sweating and he's like this tan, robust, testosterone filled man, and so it's called a thirst trap.
Wow.
And I don't
Hey.
know this. Wait, for real. I don't know. But I think I could like thirst trap if I'm like, look at my cute shorts that I'm wearing, buy my shorts, and it's like a picture of my butt or something. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what a thirst trap is.
That's very.
Hey,
That's
show
a
us
very
what
smart-
shorts you have on.
No, they're those micro shorts that I bought from Free People. I'm not showing you.
Oh yeah,
these
show
ever.
us. I have
No.
not seen any.
Greg Tunnel.
I have to say that I love that Jasmine peeked open the curtain a little bit and we see what she privately
I don't.
watched.
I've
in
just
the
happened
dark.
upon it.
I
Yes.
love
It happened upon
That's
it.
not
Her
what I
algorithm
like.
happened
that
upon
means
it
a
because
lot
she's
more
been
than seeing her
searching.
micro
Yeah,
shorts.
TikTok's algorithm doesn't take you to things you.
It's funny. So-
Whatever.
And you know what? And Jasmine's right. There is a hairdresser in South America that has a camera set up just so behind her, and she
Mhm.
wears these little skirts, and she's the size I like,
It's a good
and
size.
I can't.
Dean,
stop.
a thirst trap is those Turkish
can't
signs that you would see for
stop.
hot dogs. Do you know what I'm talking about? In Germany?
Okay.
How they would always have like really hot young girls on there and they'd be like, with the hot dog? Yeah, that's a thirst trap.
I
It's
think
like,
Jasmine
I-
is onto something.
I mean,
I
it's
want
just-
to.
is.
Advertising.
do you know what I'm talking about?
Just-
Every time you'd go to like they'd have like a Euro or like a hot, I don't know, it'd be so weird. It's like, what is this? And they're all like Playboy models or something. It's
Well, for the
very
good of the
strange.
show, I think we should understand what micro shorts are.
Okay, so what's a thirst trap, Greg?
Thirst trap is exactly what you said. Can I? If I told
Man.
you I can't stand you. Okay.
I know you hate me. It's perfect.
Oh no.
Oh, I thought he was getting up.
I like being smart, and I'm not smart when you're
Mhm.
here. Okay.
Ignorance is strength.
Ignorance, yeah.
Yeah,
Bliss,
that's
I
right.
think is.
Ignorance is bliss. Yes, and strength. Okay. The last one is grammable. The last one's grammable,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I believe that this is a short ditty that people play while Instagrams. They do an Instagram and they put a song on there. I think that's grammable.
Mm-hmm.
I believe so.
I like that. Dean, you want to go or you want me to go?
I think grammable is an AI version of trying to put grammar on or texting.
Oh, that's good. I
Oh.
like that.
Okay,
Mhm.
I was
That's
going
good.
to say I had a program called Grammarly at my
Yeah.
old job that helped me write emails. I
Mhm.
think Greg's probably right, but I don't like stealing. I'm not for stealing his answer, so I'm gonna go with like Grammarly. I'm struggling with spelling a word or trying to do the
Yeah.
right grammar. Kind of the same
So,
idea
like, it's
Dean's talking
grammable.
about.
Yeah.
Okay, what I wish it was something to do with like graham crackers, but what I think it is like if I was like out and about and I was like traveling, say, and I had like this really beautiful sunset in front of me, and as a millennial or a Gen Zer, we go, "Oh my God, I have to share this, and I have to like make everybody I know that I'm doing this right now." So this is like a grammable moment, like a good dinner or a
Micro
wedding
shorts.
or a good outfit or whatever. Like this is so grammable. So I'm gonna say it's something worthy of an Instagram post.
But that's what Greg said too, right?
No, he said it's a song that
Said
goes on
it's
your
the
little
music
ditty or
that you
something.
play while you're Instagramming.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh God,
people play,
how'd you come
how
up with that?
people
No,
add that music
Yeah.
because
she's
I think
totally
it's
wrong.
because
And
they
then
they
on
kind of make it
Facebook, it's
like
like, Darren added
like
a
a
story with
telegram.
music you can listen to. It's like, thanks.
Anyway,
Okay,
well,
gotcha.
Jasmine's right again. Oh,
She is
boy.
right.
All
Yay.
right. So 3-0 to 0-0. So Jasmine wins yet again. But the real winner is all of those who get to read the book Whoa Man.
Whoa, man.
And yeah, like Adam said when he saw Eve for the first time. Whoa, man.
And then I
I
would like
am
to
going to
ask our
order that
listeners
book.
to comment on the episode. I don't think we get a lot of comments, but I would love for them to comment on the best stripper name they've ever encountered. Like Joyce is perfect. I want more of that. So like
I would like to hear comments about the best stripper name.
Bedazzled or whatever. Anyone or maybe ones that you've heard of. Okay, it
Oh,
doesn't have to
I
be
also would like
personal.
to get votes on viewing micro shorts. So although
Shut up,
if we could
Greg. No,
if we
cutting
could
it.
get
Messed up. Now he's like focused.
I guess I did. Okay. Thanks, Dean. It was really nice to meet you.
yeah, it
It was
was
great to
nice to
meet
meet
y'all.
you, dude.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're
Good luck
awesome
with the
at
book and the
short
show,
stories.
man.
Yeah, I want to
Thank
be
you.
on your show.
Yeah, you
Definitely.
killed it.
Or
I
I'll
have,
just
I have
watch it.
Instagram at DonnieB12 Bravo. I do a couple little links there showing me doing gun stuff.
Oh, we had a
So
question
Hey,
for you,
if you
actually.
yeah,
would, Dean, when you finish on our notes, put your contact info.
okay.
Go
Oh
in and leave a
yeah,
comment.
we can put it
Yeah.
on. But also, what is
Yeah.
the alphabet? The phonetic alphabet for P? Because Greg asked me last week. I couldn't remember.
Papa.
Papa. Ah.
Papa. Oh, it's so simple. I couldn't remember it either. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
whatever.
man.
I was like, maybe
Like
it's
Alpha
Peter.
Tango Romero.
So
Romeo.
So I try to
Romero.
use those. I try to use those at work all the
Darren's
time
own
because
own
I want to
phonetic.
be official. I don't want to use like,
Oh
people
yeah, when
say
people are like
J
B
for
as in
Jan. Yeah.
boy and
Yeah.
T
So
as
I try to
in
be official. And when I
Taylor.
use the official ones, people, a lot of times, older guys, you typically will ask me, "Oh, were you in the military? What branch were you in?"
Well,
Because I'm
maybe it's the
using
American
the
flag and
Yeah.
the bow
official.
behind you
Yeah.
too. I don't know. But I do
Awesome.
like the
Yeah.
facial hair. All right. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Have
Bye,
a good
guys.
week.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
for your
You
service,
saved us.
guys. Talk to you
Thank
later.
you.